In what comes as a huge relief to actor Salman Khan, a Mumbai court has ordered a fresh trial in the 2002 hit-and-run case. According to the court's ruling, all pieces of evidence and witnesses will be re-examined. The hearing will begin on the 23rd of December. Earlier, a magisterial court had ordered that Salman Khan be tried for culpable homicide not amounting to murder, which attracts 10 years of imprisonment as opposed to rash and negligent driving. The actor had pleaded not guilty in court and had demanded a fresh trial. One person was killed and 4 others were injured when a Land Cruiser, allegedly driven by Salman Khan, crushed a group of people sleeping on the pavement outside a bakery in suburban Bandra in the early hours of 28 September 2002.
Salman Khan's hit-and-run case was going on in the magistrate court for 10 years, and after we brought up the issue in the magistrate court, his case was committed to Sessions Court under 323 of the Criminal Procedure Code, whereby his punishment from death by negligence was made into culpable homicide not amounting to murder 304 Part 2, and that is why the judge has ordered a fresh trial today under 323 so that the new procedure, what are the elaborate trial procedure of Sessions Court may be followed.
Now, as far as the fresh trial is concerned, since the charge has been altered to a graver charge, this is a settled principle under the Code of Criminal Procedure and also under the Constitution, that if you are charged for a certain offence and later if the offence is altered to a graver charge, in that event you are entitled to a fresh evidence and a fresh opportunity to cross-examine each witness. The court has rightly passed an order today asking the prosecution to bring in from witness number 1 over again. Of course, this is increasing work, taking more time, but it is inevitable, because otherwise, if the court would have proceeded with the earlier evidence and would have even found the accused guilty and convicted him, that conviction would have been liable probably being set aside by the appellate court.
And Abha Singh will be joining us, who's also been a petitioner in this case. Shaina NC is coming as respect as a friend, a close friend of Salman Khan. Shaina, let me begin with you. Many experts are seeing this perhaps as a delay in justice yet again. After 11 years of this case having been investigated and then put on trial with several twists and turns, now we're going to see yet another delay.
Maruk, you know, this is not just about, as you said, a friendship with Salman Khan. I just think that, you know, law needs to take its own course, yes, clearly. But if you are a celebrity and you're put in the dock 11 years down the line, that also seems to be fairly unfair. Now, with somebody, as in legal opinions, there are multiple opinions. There are some which suggest that if the petitioner wanted to intervene, why 11 years down? And if there was really such concern as to this particular case, is it only because it's Salman Khan? So there are a lot of questions that come to mind. But as a layman, I can only ask one question. When one says culpable homicide, clearly Salman Khan didn't go out with the intent to ram 4 people or to kill them. The fact that it is an accident and it is harsh driving, rash driving, he needs to be punished for that. But to suggest that it is culpable homicide not amounting to murder, I think is a little bit far-fetched, and especially 11 years down the line. What kind of evidence are you going to prove now? Where are you going to use? We already know the backlog in the judiciary and in the judicial system. So to reopen this toto, I think that is also, if it was just any other ordinary person, maybe we wouldn't have seen this kind of attention.
Okay.
This attention that has been driven to this case is because it's Salman Khan.
Okay, Abha Singh has been a petitioner in this case. Abha Singh, the question that is being raised is it's because of Salman Khan's celebrity status that he's being victimized, because suddenly 11 years after the trial has been in motion, suddenly the added charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder. And then because of that, now as per the law, there has to be a retrial because those questions were not asked. Salman Khan's counsel was not given a chance to ask questions on that added charge. So it had to go back into retrial as Salman's counsel wanted. The question being raised is that this whole idea of bringing back these charges without real proof in that sense is just about delaying justice and victimizing Salman Khan because he's a celebrity.
Yeah, I think he gets the benefit because now again in the Sessions Court the case would go on for another 3-4 years, because even in the Magistrate Court, if you see, the Salman Khan hit and run case was delayed by 10 years. They couldn't find the witnesses, they couldn't give the summons, and now when they are saying it will be a re-examination, where is Mumbai police going to find the witnesses? Some of them have disappeared, they have moved out of Mumbai, so they would take the benefit of that. And also Raveen Patil, who was the star witness on whose witness Salman Khan was charge was changed to culpable homicide not amounting to murder, is no longer alive. So his lawyers are going to take the advantage and would say that you drop his deposition. However, Section 32 of the Indian Evidence Act is very clear that even if the star witness is dead, his whatever his deposition, his testimony will hold good.
Okay, for purely technical reasons, Abha Singh, at this point, for viewers who are watching us, how long is this retrial likely to take? Because we're being told that this is going to be fast-tracked. Is that going to mean that it ends faster? And what is going to be different about this retrial that we haven't seen in the investigation and trial already?
See, Chapter 18 of the Criminal Procedure Code talks of the trial in the Session Court. The only thing is that Session Court cross-examination of witnesses more detailed, but the biggest problem which is going to be, there is the searching of the witnesses. Even in the Magistrate Court, when the summons were served, Mumbai police could not find the witnesses and serve summons to at least 15 of the prosecution witness. So my biggest question is, what is going to happen if they are unable to find them? Are they going to drop them? If they are not found, then this would benefit Salman. And as it is, there has been perjury charges which we have levelled in the Magistrate Court, that the Mumbai police has gone soft on him, whereas in Nuria Haveliwala or Alistair Pereira case, the charges have been proved, they are behind bars. But it is Salman Khan, hit and run was delayed by 10 years, and in Sessions Court, if they are going to bring in people like this, I am sure it would take at least 5 years, and he would be just doing movies.
Okay, Shaina NC, I'm sure you're hearing on to what Abha Singh is saying. She pretty much is raising the fact that this is clearly an attempt being made by Salman's counsel, A, to get time, B, to delay the entire trial, and C, because for the Mumbai police it is going to be exceedingly difficult to find those witnesses. The star witness has already turned hostile and later died. So clearly this is a win-win situation for Salman, as it seems, as far as the legal fraternity is concerned.
Well, I am not a judicial expert, and not knowing the law, I would only like to say what a layman sees. That yes, you did have a hit and run case, it was an accident, and an accident in itself suggests that it was not intentional, so to speak. Having said that yes, this case dragged on for 10-11 years, and now you are reopening it. A lot of the witnesses will not be present. My point is two. One is that yes, law must take its course. If he is guilty, he must be punished. But second, if he is a celebrity, and only because of that celebrity baggage and status, if we are trying to put him through the dock all over again, I think it's a waste of time when we realize that the judicial system has anyway got such a huge backlog, has anyway got so many cases which are pending. And my only point and question is to say that it is culpable homicide not amounting to murder almost suggests that as if he was on the rampage going out to try and exert or misuse his power. For those of us who know Salman Khan only know that, you know, this is not the kind of demon he's made out to be. So my only appeal would be that let law take its course rather than getting into making this a high profile case where we're tracking every minute and every action. Let the judiciary do its course, and I think that at a certain point Abha Singh does make few valid points, which are that, you know, this case is just dragging, and eventually when one talks about fast track, even sometimes fast track cases are pretty much a joke in this country. So I think all in all, we need to overview our judicial system and the way cases that drag so long are not met with justice either way.
Let me pose that question to Abha Singh. Abha Singh, many have criticized, since you've been a petitioner in this case, that this is just an attempt at blatant publicity. This is just an attempt at dragging the case, because all these years this was about negligent driving. And second, suddenly the added charge of culpable homicide.
See, it was never negligent driving. It was initially also culpable homicide not amounting to murder.
Why did it take so many years then?
Backtracked and it changed it to 304. That was negligent driving. Then the matter. See, it took so many years. That's what we are saying, that the police could not find the witnesses. Also, the chemical analyst on whose report Salman was, it was proven in the court that he was drunk when he was driving, that the alcohol content in his blood was very high. Those analysts, the Mumbai police and the prosecution took 4 years to find them. Initially, the two doctors who came, they said, we are not the ones who were at the site of the accident. We are not the ones who had seen it. And in that delay, 4 years were lost. And that is why we moved the magistrate court that action should be taken on police. Mumbai police should be tried for perjury.
No, but the question has been asked that why did you wait so long? Why the sudden interest in the case?
Going on Bandra court. See, it is not sudden interest in the case. When Nuria Haveliwala's case came and it came out in the High Court, it said that only for law is only for the celebrities. How come Nuria Haveliwala's case in 3 years it was tried and she went behind bars? So was Lester Pereira, and this case became an example that how celebrity people are being held by the police, how they are evading the law. And even today, the retrial has been asked by Salman's lawyers. And if you are saying it is fresh trial, it is they who want the fresh trial, so they can take the benefit that Raveen Patil is.
But the argument but Abha Singh, the argument they are giving very simply is that if you add charges, if you add extra charges, then the defense counsel is not given a chance to cross-examine based on those charges or bring their witnesses in, then as per the law, they are entitled to have a retrial.
Fine. So now let the cross-examination start if they feel if the judge has ordered. But now our request to the Mumbai police, which we are writing also to the Mumbai police, that he should ensure that the witnesses are found, the summons are served, and it is done in
But we've seen all along that those witnesses have not been found. So the question being raised at this point is...
The point is the witnesses are not found.
Yeah, Shana Nancy, go ahead.
See, that is what it is.
The point is that the witnesses are not found, and what is the police going to do? The
one question, Abha Singh, that has been asked all along is that for 11 years, if the Mumbai police was not able to come up with the proof and the witnesses, what is going to change starting December 24th when the case goes into retrial? Are we wasting the time of the judiciary? Is this an attempt being made to make publicity out of a celebrity or victimize as a celebrity, which is one side of the argument? Or on the other side, as you have said in your petition, that this is a clear-cut case of culpable homicide, and Salman, because of his celebrity status, seems to be getting away with it and perhaps even delaying the justice in this case. To both my guests at this point, Shana Nancy and Abha Singh, thank you so much for joining me here on Headlines Today.